What is going on, my Lombard Warriors? It is I, Lombard King, coming at you with another Borderlands Let's Play video. In the last video, we managed to defeat Ninetoes and his Skag pets. Let's see what we do in this video. Probably do some more missions, maybe level up a bit. Leveling up is very important in all the Borderlands games across the series because usually the next main story mission after you get it done requires you to be at least usually 2 levels higher than the previous one. So we'll just see what missions we'll do today. Maybe we'll just farm some XP from some enemies, who knows. We'll see how today goes. Right now I'm just selling some items that I don't need so that I can make a little bit of money, because I've already told you about how I am obsessed with money in these games. Let's go take on these enemies very quick. With this new pistol, it's very easy to take on these guys. Very easy. We're probably just going to go and turn in the mission now and see what happens after that. I'm just going to speed this up right quick. To turn in missions. So, okay, welcome back from the little time skip thing. Right now we are supposed to go back to Dr. Z for the main story missions. And I just can't help it whenever I see enemies, I just have to fight them. And get some money, some maybe legendary drops, who knows, ammunition, a little bit of experience points. It's just something that you do in the Borderlands game. Even though they're a lot weaker level than me, you still get a little bit of money and ammo and experience. Plus in this game, there's gun proficiency. The more you kill enemies with, the better your proficiency is with the weapon, like reload speed, damage, stuff like that. So it's for it's like for specific item types, like pistols or shotguns or snipers. So fighting every enemy that you come across is always definitely a good idea. You never know when a legendary weapon's gonna drop in the first game. In the other games, they have more of a designated loot pool, but not in the first game. There's a lot of random drops. It's a lot easier in the first game to get legendaries. We're going to accept both of those quests, but of course we're going to go do TK Baja has more work, because the Catch a Ride mission is for level 7, and the boss of that mission is quite a bit higher of a level, so it's very difficult to beat. So I always do the TK has more work, of course, because I mean that's 2 more missions that he has, and it'll give us some level ups, decent weapons, make it a lot easier to defeat Bonehead, which is a very difficult fight this early on.
Hey, newcomer. I've been looking for you.
So in conjunction to these 2 missions that I just picked up, there's a third one that after you turn in the main story mission of killing Ninetoes, when you go back to Skag Gully, there is another mission that pops up, which is very easy. You just got to get 3 or I think 2 or 3 different voice recording like logs or whatever, which are easy to find, and you can do it along the way of doing the other 2 missions and get some pretty sweet loot while you're at it. And it's time to go back to Skag Gully. Sorry for the long wait time on the loading screen. Recently I've picked up a PC that has an SSD in it. If you wanted me to continue maybe the Let's Play on my PC instead of on my Xbox, I could do that, and the load times and everything would be a lot better. Like the quality of the video, the load times, everything would be a lot better, of course. And here we go. Since we cleared up the enemies from last time we were here, they haven't had time to respawn yet, so that's always nice, just running right through this mission, of course. And we haven't been to this area yet, so there's still some enemies here, but nothing too bad. And we took that guy with 1 hit. These are all pretty easy and low level enemies. get myself a new action skill point. I keep putting it in the swipe 1 for extra money and ammo and stuff on each kill that Bloodman gets. So, won't be too difficult doing this quest. The other quests that I took from TK Baja, his quests are always quite a bit more difficult early on because they're for a higher level. There's some pretty high level enemies and high ranking enemies as well. Later on in the video you will see as we're doing one of the story quests. I like to use Bloodwing whenever I can to kill enemies because of the skill points that I've been putting into the skill tree for getting extra ammo and money and stuff on kills, you know, better loot and stuff. So, and Bloodwing does a lot of damage, so I like to use her as often as I can, of course. And this shotgun is very overpowered, as you can see, which is always nice for taking on enemies, of course. Just take them down in a minute. And it has a decent magazine size too. Always put a Bloodwing on. This is a combination that you'll see me doing quite frequently with the shotgun, melee shotgun, because it does a lot of damage. And here is one of the data recorders and a nice juicy gun cache safe thing, you know, chest, whatever. And I'll just loot that up pretty quick and continue on my merry way. Check my inventory to see if I got any upgrades, and I did, which is always nice. Of course, the shield says it has a better recharge rate and everything and capacity, but I'm going to keep this one because of the passive health regen. And one thing from the original Borderlands game that isn't in any other is there's actual fall damage. And in Borderlands 2 it's referenced when Brick says it to jump off a tower, and you don't take fall damage, but in this one you do take fall damage, which takes out however much, you know, like however high you are, you take more fall damage, which is kind of basic, but whatever. And right now we're going to be doing this quest where we have to get these flower seeds, which is always interesting. As you can see, there's high level enemies, level 8s, and I'm level 7s. They're a little bit of a challenge, but not too bad. The first adult scavenge you're going to be finding, which they're usually pretty powerful. Yeah, I always do these 3 quests all at the same time to get these flower seeds, to get the data recorders, and to kill Scar, which is the person, well, the Skag, whatever, that took TK Baja's leg from him. And just to make it a little bit easier, I'm just going to switch the quest marker to this so I know exactly where they are and don't miss any. And my grenades are pretty powerful. I'm glad that I found that upgrade. They really help out quite a bit for dealing a lot of damage to high level enemies. And as you can see by my experience bar, I'm going to level up probably any time now and be able to upgrade my weapon again. Oop, there we go, level up, which is nice. The spitter skags are always pretty annoying because of the longer range, while the other ones have to run into you, which I mean is not that big of a deal because they can run very fast and jump far and everything, so they get closer to you, but it sort of blurs your vision when you get hit by the spitter skags, which is always annoying. And this is the best part about having a mini-map on the game as well. I could see those enemies coming up from behind me, and I can't even tell you how many times I've almost beaten that quest, but that one quest marker, like if I didn't have the quest marker, I probably would have missed the blade flower seeds, which I have done many times. It's just see right here, I just went into fight for your life mode, which you have to kill an enemy or be revived by a teammate, which I don't have any teammates right now, so I'm just playing solo. But you have to be revived by a teammate or kill an enemy to get out of fight for your life mode. And in every other Borderlands game, you can crawl, but in this one you're stationary and sort of swaying back and forth, which can make it difficult. And as you can see by that name on that skag, it is a high-level enemy, and you've seen all the experience points I got from that. That was 800 experience points. Dropped some pretty decent stuff, usually, those kind of enemies. And without the grenade, that would have took a lot longer to fight and get that fight over and done with, because those are very high level enemies compared to me, and very strong and healthy enemies as well. So they're always a little bit more difficult to defeat. Grenades are very powerful in this game, thankfully. And this shotgun was an upgrade, so I'm just going to use that, and you can see that I'm doing some pretty decent work with it. You know, the shotgun and melee. And sometimes the reloading animation won't be over before it actually says that the reload is done, so I'll just melee while reloading, and I'll be able to start shooting even faster, which is definitely really good. I mean, a split second could be the difference between going down and fight for your life and killing an enemy. Plus, going down and fight for your life, the more you go down, the more often, like, the faster you basically bleed out of sorts. Like, you will get destroyed basically faster. You'll just, like, your HP will be just gone and you'll instantaneously die. I always know, because I've played this game many times before, that there's a hidden cache back there, so I always go back there, fight some enemies, you know, get some experience points, and get a nice, good chest with some weapons in it. There's always a decent amount of enemies in here. Throw Bloodwing, takes him out in one hit. Great. And of course, shotgun in the mouth. When they open the mouth of skags, if you shoot them in the head, it usually won't be a critical hit, but if you manage to shoot them while their mouth is open, it will be a critical hit, and critical hits obviously do a lot more than just body hits, so always look for hits, of course. And as you can see right there, I have grenades that sort of what they call spawn children grenades, which really helped me out a lot when I went down and fight for your life, because I threw it before I went down, and then it almost destroyed all the enemies right in front of me, which was pretty good, because I could just shoot them once and then get back up from fight for your life mode, because like I said before, the more you go down in a short period amount of time, the faster you will bleed out and die. Right now we've only got one more blade flower seed to collect, and it's right in front of me. So after that, we're going to go around, get the last data recording, and the last data recording is right beside Scar, who I have to beat. And the best part about doing this quest right here is there's a chest at the end of it, so that's 3 chests in a short duration of time, which can give you pretty decent loot, but all of my weapon spaces are taken up, so I can't hold anything in my backpack currently. But there is a skip which I could do to get up to Scar easier, but I'm not going to do that because I need to go all the way around either way to face as many of those enemies as I can to get experience points, money, some ammo and stuff. Plus I have to go all the way around to get the last data recording anyway. I know what I'm doing, so that's why I haven't changed the mission yet, because I know exactly where everything is located, so no need to do that. And there's some more skags up here. This one apparently can jump really high and really far, apparently. That's the funny part about this game, where they do that. It happens more frequently than you think, like jumping halfway to the frickin' moon, apparently. You've seen these enemies earlier on in the video. They're called racks, and the easiest way to take them out with a shotgun, as you've seen I took them out there, are from long ranges is not the best, but I mean, like, with a shotgun at close range when they're swooping in towards you, you can take mostly all of them out. And of course, I just wanted to get that kill with Bloodwing, as you're not going to be able to do that forever, because I mean, like, in the second game, unfortunately, Bloodwing dies, which I mean, really is upsetting because she was my favorite cooldown action skill ever, which, yeah, spoiler alert, sorry about that, but right now, just going up here, we're going to be facing Scar, which I mean, like, you can see whatever, but he's usually a little bit more difficult. Oop, level up, that's good. When you level up, if you're weak on health, it automatically puts your health all the way in, and yeah, I mean, like, if you're in the middle of a fight, it's really good when that happens. So Scar's right up there, and just gonna throw some grenades. My grenades are very powerful. I mean, that's awesome. Scar's usually much more of a difficult fight than that, so I'm happy that grenades are really decent if you get a good grenade mod right off the bat. Which you don't always get a good grenade mod, but I mean, like, whatever works. Unfortunately, my inventory is still full, but you never know what you're gonna find. You could find a better than, you know, gray rarity weapon in a chest. So I mean, like, I always make sure to check to see what's in the chest, even if I don't have enough backpack space, which I will be fixing later on, but not for now, because you have to have a decent amount of money for that, which is also a good reason to take every fight and use Bloodwing to gain more money, so that you get the upgrades from Marcus's machine, and you can get more ammo that way, backpack space, stuff like that, which is always good, especially with weapons where you're always running out of ammo, but they're like your strongest weapons. So, and backpack space, I like to collect as much stuff in backpack space as I possibly can, so I can just sell it and make more money later on. Now it's time to go back to Firestone and turn in the missions, get some experience points, some weapons, some money. It's always decent. Get some, maybe some level ups, and I'll be able to hopefully go and beat Bonehead. You never know.
Smells like
Okay.
Thanks.
TK's Wave is a shotgun you always get from one of those missions, no matter what. I mean, it's not the greatest of shotguns. I like it, but it's sort of, when you shoot it, these bullets come out and sort of make a wave-looking thing, which is interesting to say the least. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up the video. If you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends, and if you like my content, turn on the little bell so you get notified whenever I make a video.